Hey, what's up? This is Laidback Luke, DJ and producer, Kung Fu athlete, and dedicated dad. People have been asking me this for some time on my Instagram and on my Twitter, and I keep on answering the same question. But today, in this vlog, I finally get to explain to you why I DJ with in-ear headphones and which brand they are. But first, the comments of last week. Tons of comments coming in on my sound design tutorial, mostly positive, which I was very grateful to see. Shout out to the #1 position of last week, John Sign, and the #2 username taken, who apparently is always drunk when he watches my vlogs, and I'm happy you think they're very entertaining. I love making these vlogs for you. I love sharing my over 20 years of professional knowledge with you. If you want me to continue doing that, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If it doesn't work, hit it again and again. All about the in-ear headphones and its mysteries. Let's go. Washington, D.C. It's been so cold this winter. I've been trying to avoid the cold. I don't know why I'm standing outside the hotel right here, but I'm gonna go inside to tell you more. 17 years ago, my youngest son was born, and this was the moment that I needed to hush it with all the volume that came out of my studio. I still wanted to practice my DJing a lot, which is basically the secret to my skill. Just practice and practice and practice. So I used to play with those big headphones back in the day, but I would take them and I would plug them into my amp, and I would pretend that this would be the sound that would be heard in like the club or in a room. And then I figured if I would just chop one of the ears of like my Walkman in-ears off, I could put that under my headphones and then plug it into the DJ mixer, and if I would press Q, the signal would pop up in here. When I used to play with DJ headphones, I would always use the one ear off type of method. There wasn't any sound coming out of the studio, the baby could sleep, I could practice, it was great. And so then I started to think, why can't I do this in a club? So I just basically took my little Walkman thingy out in the club. I plugged it in one day. It was at a big festival back in, this must have been like 1999 or something, begin 2000s. And just like at home, I just started playing and it felt very natural. So it was from then and there, and I even have footage of Sensation White. This must have been 2003, where you see me playing with like a little Sennheiser button in my ear. From there on, this always worked for me, being portable and being small like that. And so we're out here at Soundcheck, Washington, D.C., backstage. I'm almost gonna go on. You hear a little bit of music in the background. That's what's playing right now. So at a certain point, my in-ear protection guy said he had a way to implement actual in-ear monitors during my set. So we started experimenting with like these mini mixers that actually needed an AC and needed to be plugged in. It was a little bit of a hassle trying to get that started every show. So at a certain point, I asked my dad if he could develop something like a mini box, something that splits the signal and which could really help me being more portable and more easy. So he did that, and the way we had the sound set up was that I could both hear the environment signal and the headphone signal in one. And it was amazing. I'm gonna go into my set now. I will talk to you after more details about my in-ear monitors. It's the next morning over here, and I purposely set my alarm early because I'm flying out to Calgary today. Not looking forward to the cold at all. There's going to be 2 flights today. I'm arriving late again. It's going to be like a 9:30 p.m. arrival. So I just really want to hit the gym right now before I go out and travel. And what I wanted to say last night about the mini mixer is, so I'm not using it anymore. This is because I changed the split on the Denon mixer. So the split means how to hear the regular sound and the sound in your headphones. The split used to be on the right on every mixer, and it always frustrated me. And then all of a sudden I was like, but I'm so close to Denon now. Let's just email them and let me just tell them they need to change the split from the left to the right. They said, yeah, why not? And it was like a dream come true, so I could totally leave the box at home. Just got back to my room. Gotta give a shout out to the audience of last night. Washington, D.C. definitely turned up. And now to pack, the quickest I've ever packed before. Doing this in 1, 2, 3. The workout morning turned into a little bit of a dedicated dad morning, as well as I spent a bunch of minutes talking to Evelina on the FaceTime. It was so good to see her face. And in the hotel lobby, I met up with Doug Van Zandt, who's been a photographer for all the big festivals. I've been working with him for years, and he just got a baby, and he wanted to meet the baby. So cute. She's half Filipino and half Dutch. The mom instantly called me Tito Luke, which was amazing. So these are my fancy in-ears. They're about $1,000, and the fancy in-ears I used to play with, the molded ones, were about $1,500 a piece, but every 1.5 years they broke down on me due to sweat, due to dirt, due to pulling the wires and everything. So at one point Dioro DM'd me on the Twitter. Shout out to him, and he said, I've been producing with the beats by Dre, Tour 2, and mind you, I'm not getting sponsored by Beats. I wish. Actually, these are the ones I've been using for about 3 years now. Never break down. And so right now I'm gonna take you out to cold Calgary, and out there in Canada I will give you the exact step-for-step reasons why I use in-ears over the over-ears. How cold is it?
Outside. Have you seen the weather outside? No.
Such a tight schedule today. I literally got to the room just now, quickly changed, and I'm actually going out to the club straight away, so I only had like a half an hour here, just in time to tell you the 5 reasons why I use these in-ear monitors. Number 1, they are super portable. You literally just roll them up and they can fit right into your pocket. Number 2, they serve as hearing protection as well. Number 3, you just hang them in your ears and you don't need to think about them, so not, taking them off or on, or like putting your head like this, or like, busy with those headphones. Number 4, because I use them as my monitoring, I don't necessarily need to have the monitoring in the DJ booth. Because of the in-ear headphones, my sound is always the same everywhere, and I can literally mix on them. And number 5, quite important for me, they don't mess up your hair. I would always have a DJ gap in between my hair because of the headphones sitting in there. Okay, so I gotta rush to my show now. After my show, I will get back to you with some specific tips. If you are planning to use these headphones, I'll let you know some useful stuff. That afternoon they actually had a snowstorm in Calgary. Luckily I flew in late, so I didn't notice, but there are a lot of roads blocked, and shout out to the people that made it out to the show and danced with me. It was so much fun. And so here are 2 small tips from me if you're interested in using the Beats Tour 2. When you use them, always try and make the sound be as low as you possibly can. So basically, when it starts hurting, turn your volume down a little bit. It's really all about the details and not about the volume at all. Make sure to protect your ears. Another thing I can recommend you is this hooky part, to put that on here, because then you'll hook it into your ears and they won't fall out if you start dancing, if you start DJing. Without them, it's kind of tricky to keep them in. And now, my dear viewers, it's that time. Make sure to give me a thumbs up if you liked what you saw. I'm sure you can wish you could give me 2, like the L's. Any comments, make sure to leave them below. You know I always read my comments. I'm very curious to hear what you think. Next week, I'm back with another In My Mind vlog. This time I'll be doing a strictly techno set. And even if you're not into techno, make sure to check this out, because I'm going back to the roots with it. Why do I weave certain tracks into certain tracks? Why do I mix the energy levels? That sort of thing. I also get quite tricky with the technicalities in DJing with techno, a lot of 3-deck mixing there. I will catch you back here next week. Until then, L's up, rave safely, and salute.